All right, so remember all those times we've talked about AI needing to really step up when it comes to actual thinking?
Yeah.
Well, it seems OpenAI was tuned in because they just dropped their latest creation.
Really?
Yeah, the O1 series of AI models. And they're saying this isn't just some incremental upgrade.
What? No way.
Yeah, these are not your run-of-the-mill AI.
That's right. It's a total game changer. What's exciting about O1 and its faster counterpart, O1 Mini, is that it's a fundamental shift.
Okay.
It's a complete overhaul in how AI tackles problems.
Hmm.
We're not talking about just recognizing patterns anymore.
Right, yeah.
This is getting close to real thinking.
Okay, so let's break that down a little bit because we've got a whole stack of OpenAI's blog posts, research papers, and even some fresh press releases all about these O1 models. And today we're diving deep into what makes them tick, cutting through all the hype to figure out why this is a real leap forward.
Yeah.
Because trust me, it is.
It all comes down to this new thing they're calling chains of thought.
Okay.
Instead of just spitting out answers based on pattern recognition, O1 actually spends time figuring things out. Imagine this. Instead of knowing the answer because it's seen the problem before, O1 works through the problem step by step, like how we would.
You're saying it thinks things through.
Yeah.
That's wild. What does that even look like in practice?
Well, take a look at this example from their Learning to Reason with LLMs paper.
Okay.
They gave O1 this super complex math problem. It's the kind of thing that would make even a seasoned mathematician sweat a little bit. Now, older models might be able to brute force their way to an answer, by crunching tons of data,
Right, right.
but not O1. It approached the problem differently. It broke it down into these smaller, manageable steps and used logic and reasoning to actually get to the correct solution.
Hold on. So let me get this straight. It's like instead of just memorizing the entire multiplication table, a one learned how multiplication actually works and can then apply that knowledge to solve totally new problems.
Exactly. And get this, the results speak for themselves. They tested O1 against some crazy benchmarks.
Like what?
I'm talking outperforming its predecessor, GPT-4, in math, coding, even scientific reasoning tasks.
You're telling me this thing can write code now?
Oh, and good code. O1 constantly scores in the 89th percentile in these competitive programming challenges on Code Forces,
Yeah, I've heard of that.
which, it's a platform for some of the most talented coders out there.
Right.
This isn't just some party trick. O1 is writing code that's cleaner and more efficient than a lot of human programmers.
All right. That is seriously impressive. But you mentioned O1 has a smaller sibling, O1 Mini.
Yeah,
Why create a less powerful model?
that's a great question.
What's the deal with that?
And one I'm eager to unpack after a quick break.
So before the break, we were blown away by O1, but you mentioned a smaller version, O1 Mini.
Right.
Why would OpenAI create a less powerful model?
Think of it like this.
Okay.
Sometimes you need a supercomputer to handle massive amounts of data,
Right.
but sometimes a trusty calculator is all you need to get things done quickly.
Makes sense.
O1 Mini is that calculator.
Okay.
OpenAI realized that while O1's vast knowledge is super impressive, speed and affordability are often more important.
So they traded some of that wow factor for something more practical.
Yeah, exactly. O1 Mini is like a fine-tuned version of O1, designed for specific tasks, particularly in those STEM fields where that step-by-step reasoning is key.
Okay.
Imagine you're a physicist working on some crazy, complex simulation.
Okay.
You don't necessarily need an AI that knows everything about everything.
Right.
You need one that can apply deep reasoning to your specific problem, and that's where O1 Mini shines.
So it's more specialized, and this might be even more interesting. You said it's more accessible.
Totally. O1 Mini is already out there at a much lower cost to certain API users.
Wow.
And OpenAI plans to get this in the hands of all free ChatGPT users soon.
Really?
Yeah. That means more people, even without crazy expensive tech, can actually use this groundbreaking AI.
That's huge. Democratizing access to this technology is amazing, but I have to be honest, it also makes me a little uneasy. We're talking about AI getting smarter all the time, learning to reason like us.
Sure.
It's only natural to worry about what could go wrong.
Yeah.
What if it gets into the wrong hands?
That's a totally valid concern, and it's something that OpenAI is very aware of.
Okay, good.
They've been really upfront about the safety measures they're putting into these new models.
Okay.
It's not just about building a powerful AI,
Right.
it's about building a responsible one.
So what are they actually doing to address those concerns?
Well, here's something kind of cool. That chains of thought reasoning, the thing that makes O1 so revolutionary, also makes it inherently safer.
Really?
Yeah, because it thinks things through step by step. It's way harder to trick or manipulate into doing something unethical.
Wait, so because it understands the why behind a request, those jailbreaking attempts we've heard about are less likely to work.
Exactly. It can really grasp the context and the intent, which makes it much better at resisting those prompts that try to make it break the rules.
Okay, that makes me feel a little bit better.
Plus, in their safety evaluations, O1 consistently scores higher than previous models, showing a better grasp of ethics.
But are they just relying on their own internal testing?
Not at all. OpenAI is working with leading AI safety organizations, both in the US and the UK,
Okay, good.
to get independent reviews and do rigorous testing.
And that makes sense.
They want to be sure these models meet the absolute highest ethical standards.
Transparency and collaboration are key, especially with tech this powerful.
Totally.
Speaking of powerful, let's shift gears a bit and talk bigger picture. What could all of this mean down the line? Where do we go from here?
The possibilities are mind-blowing, honestly. O1 and O1 Mini aren't just little upgrades.
Right.
They represent a totally different league of what AI can do.
Yeah.
Imagine AI not just as a tool, but like a partner,
Okay.
helping us solve problems, pushing the boundaries of what we thought was possible.
Like having a whole team of geniuses working alongside us.
Exactly. Think about, like, medicine. O1 could analyze those crazy, complex medical images with incredible precision. Imagine it could help doctors diagnose things faster and more accurately.
Yeah, that would be incredible.
Or in research, sifting through mountains of data, finding patterns we'd never spot, generating hypotheses.
It's really exciting and honestly a little bit daunting. Like we started talking about AI writing code and solving math problems.
Right.
And now we're talking about revolutionizing entire fields.
It is wild how fast things are moving. And it's not just about those practical applications. O1 and O1 Mini, they make us rethink what intelligence even means.
That's a good point.
If a machine can reason like this, what does that mean for us?
Yeah.
What does it mean to be intelligent?
Right.
Those are questions philosophers and scientists are going to be wrestling with for a long time.
It's like we're living in a sci-fi movie, except it's real life.
I know. And like in those stories, we got to be careful. We have to make sure we're using this technology for the right reasons.
100%. It all comes back to those safety measures and transparency we talked about.
Exactly. It's on all of us to ask the tough questions, set ethical boundaries, and talk openly about the implications of AI that can think like us.
Absolutely. It's not just about algorithms or faster computers. It's about the future we're creating.
Yes.
And AI has the potential to be a part of some really incredible things. So for anyone listening, what's the one thing you want them to take away from all of this?
I want them to know that we are on the verge of something truly remarkable. This technology, it's amazing, but we have to remember it's not happening in a vacuum.
It's not inevitable.
We all have to stay informed, we have to engage in these conversations, and help steer these advancements in the right direction.
So well said. And hey, who knows? Maybe in a future deep dive, we'll be back, unpacking even more groundbreaking AI.
I'm sure we will.
Until then, keep those brains buzzing. We'll catch you next time.